We're going to get to what might happen next, but before we do that, just take a minute here, Chandler, to sort of appreciate Giannis in this series. He's obviously in a weird situation there, but he averaged 33, 15, and 7 assists over 5 games. I mean,
unbelievable.
So let's start with the positive.
Look at those numbers. He's playing through injury. He was banged up every possession, I feel like, during that game, and he never once took his foot off the gas. He's one of the most dominating forces we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. The way he can get downhill, the way he can create, the way he gets to the free throw line. He was great last night from the free throw line. I think he was 11 of, he ended up missing something. He was 11 for 17, but he continues just to put pressure on. He's a two-way player. He is unbelievable, and honestly, I feel for him because he gets the trade for Dame. He trades Chris Middleton away from Kyle Kuzma, who really struggled in this series, averaging 6 points a game. And now the way this ended, there's always been the talk, the rumors about does he leave, does he go? It's going to take a boatload for someone to acquire Giannis, but man, he is great. There's a reason why he was a top 5 player, top 3 player, always in the MVP talk, first team All NBA. Like, he is fantastic, and he continues to do that. I think he's 30 years old, so we have more years of this to continue his dominance. But man, he's unbelievable. Some of the plays, I didn't love his game at the end of regulation, the fadeaway. I think AJ Green was wide open, but again, when you're the Bucks and Dame's out, you're living with that shot.
Danny, look, if he does this, he's going to have to quietly ask for a trade, right? Like, I don't think he's going to go out and throw a tantrum, right? So what do you think he's thinking that's going to happen?
I mean, these numbers that he's putting up right now, we're not going to see this last for a very long time. His window is about 3 years at best of doing this. So if he wants to win again and he wants to be competitive, he's going to have to explore that option. He's going to have that conversation. But if he just wants to, play with his brother and live out and, be a legend in Milwaukee and stay there and finish his career with the team that he started with, everybody would still respect it and love him regardless. But I think he's a guy that wants to win. So if you want to win, you have to explore the option of doing it elsewhere, because right now you can't do it in Milwaukee, especially with the fact that Dame is out with that Achilles injury, and he's going to be out for all of next season too with that Achilles injury. But so if I'm Giannis and I want to win,
quietly asking,
I say, all right, let's see what options do we have here? What can we do? Can we bring in another star? If not, where can I go?
I mean,
it reminds me, I don't know how they could do that, but it reminds me of the Dame situation in Portland, but even more so because this dude won a championship in Milwaukee, and he has done everything this franchise has asked for. He is everything to him. So I think they do need to have some honest, real conversations. The future is very unknown for them. They don't control their own pick till 2031.
That's insane.
It's going to take a boatload to get Giannis. And again, like Dame just said, I don't know if his game is going to continue to age great the way it's going. Listen, he's still got years of athleticism and dominance. He's still going to be good for quite some time. But this is a tough break. You got Dame now probably out all next year. Like, is this going to be what team can he go where he can actually win? I know people say the Nets, but like, why would he want to go to the Nets? They are not in a great shape. But again,
this is Milwaukee in a better city.
Yeah, like they could build a team around him. There's teams like the Rockets that have a lot of assets. They go to the Rockets.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's someone like that. Golden State, I don't think they have enough, but there are some suitors that could make sense for him. But if I'm Giannis, I want to maximize these next 2 to 3 years of my great athleticism and great production while I can. And I don't know if that's going to be in Milwaukee with what they got going on right now.
I mean, maybe this sounds crazy, but does he even have to ask for the trade? Is there a possibility that the Bucks are like, we might need to just
by the way, even if he asked for a trade, can Milwaukee be mad at him? Everything he's done, everything like.
But also, couldn't the team say, we love you, but we're going to see if we can get you a better spot?
There's going to have to be some real, honest conversations. Like, look, what do we want? Do we want to keep Doc? Do you want to bring in a different coach? What coach will take this job?
Another coach?
What coach would even want to take this job if Doc's out? That we don't even know the future of our team.
How about we do no coach? See what happens? Because this feels like
Giannis, do you want a coach?
You want to give it a shot?
Anything.
Your brother.
Yeah, anybody.
Could coach.
Anybody.
Speaking of Doc, by the way, so 1.5 seasons, 65 and 53 is his total record, and 2 first-round exits. Look, I don't even want to ask this, but are we really going to fire another coach? Like,
they got lucky with the fact that Bud got picked up by Phoenix, so they're off the books for that coach. They're still paying Adrian Griffin, and they have Doc, and they have to pay Doc for the next 3 years, I'm assuming, after this. So there's still a healthy bill, a healthy invoice that they have to cover if they hire another coach. But if you're going to fire your coach, this is the time to do it, because there are some good candidates out there.
True.
Mike Malone and Taylor
Jenkins, Mike Brown.
But they don't know what they're walking into. So it's sort of
That's the thing.
just
Do
a
one of those
gray.
three guys take this
They're
job,
walking into a job.
not knowing if Giannis is there? Like,
Do you want to be
Do you
home or
want
do you
that
want a
job?
job?
But do you want
basically?
that job if you have no idea what it looks like? I don't know. I
There's
think
certain
you're
guys that
getting
are fit
paid,
for it.
so
Yeah.
just
Do you want a job? Do you want to coach? Some of them said they love the game, they love the passion for it, and they want to take on that challenge. I don't know if everybody would want the job. Some of them, a few of them will, but you have options
That's
to
fair.
explore. And some of them are in good positions where they can just be at home and not have to coach. But some of them probably want
And
a
listen,
job.
Doc Rivers isn't the reason why Gary Trent dropped that pass
He
on
really
the
isn't.
bench. Like, he's not the real. Like, so again, could he have handled some situations differently, some rotations, some timeouts early on? Sure.
No,
But
that's definitely not on Doc.
this is not on Doc.
Two
And this was,
turnovers,
and by the way, this was a
missed free
team
throws,
earlier in the season that
Bad
we were.
defense, didn't foul when you had a foul.
Yeah, that's not him. That's not on him.
This is the team earlier that we were ready to write off, talking about the Giannis trades 3 months ago. Then they go to Vegas, they win the tournament. Then we're all of a sudden back on them. And again, they've been through so much adversity. Then Damian Lillard goes
Bobby
down.
Portis was out for like
Bobby
25
Portis
games.
gets suspended for 25 games. So this team has gone through a lot. So it's the Dame thing really hurts. And I think that kind of kickstarts maybe these conversations about, wow, what do we do without that? Especially him missing the majority of next
Oh my
year.
gosh.
But if that never happened, I think this team, builds it and adds some pieces and looks forward to next year. Now with Damian Lillard out next year, I think that's where kind of
That's a gut punch.
start from scratch, start over type of conversations start happening.
God, Damian Lillard comes back. What's he even going to come back to? Like, there's so much.
He's
up in the air.
35. It's tough.
I know. That's a rough one.